Awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Simple Survey live stream.
Hi, welcome. So we would like to get to know our viewers. Just drop in the chat where you are tuning in from. I am in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Megan, where are you?
So I am in South Jersey. So yeah, if anyone's holding it down in South Jersey, drop it in the chat.
Cool. Yeah, we're very excited. And I'm actually curious, are you currently using Simple Survey? Are you new to everything? Just let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's supposed to be a hot 84 degrees today in South Jersey
Ooh,
too. So
so nice.
yeah,
Yeah, it feels like summer already.
I know. It's crazy.
Except for
Really.
the thunderstorm tonight.
I know. I heard the opening day was pushed off to tomorrow for any Phillies
Yeah.
fans in the chat.
Kristen, hi. This one's especially for you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, we
All
see
right.
people from New York. Nice. Hello.
Perfect. So real quick, I'll just introduce myself. My name is Megan Tesh. I'm a product manager at Vicasso.
And I'm Thais Pedroso, also a product manager here at Vicasso.
Yes, and we also have our director of product, Howard, behind the scenes, making the magic happen. So may pop in.
Coming to you from the traffic report on the
Yeah.
tubes.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining, everyone. We are so excited to talk about the newest features for Simple Survey. So we always have to start off with our forward-looking statement and remind everyone to make purchasing decisions based on what's readily available. So what we are demoing today is a sneak peek and not available yet on the App Exchange. But the new Simple Survey version will be out at the end of the month for you to download. So existing customers, you'll have access to everything we talk about in the new version. Anyone who's new to Simple Survey, maybe just hearing about it for the first time today, definitely reach out to us. We can put you in touch with the right people. So we have a packed agenda today. We're going to start out with a little bit of background on why we decided to make this redesign and high level what's changed within Simple Survey. We'll also walk through a survey building experience and have you see how straightforward it is to build your first survey. We'll even drop a test link later in the demo for everyone to try for themselves. And if you do complete the survey with your name and email, you will be entered to win a Vicasso Mophie Power Bank. And then to wrap up, we'll show you how easy it is to translate your surveys without having to navigate to Translation Workbench. And this is a huge time save to people who are used to translating surveys into different languages. So make sure to keep using that chat, drop your questions. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, so you're probably wondering, why did we do this redesign? So the product team here at Vicasso has been discussing this for quite a while now, and we finally did it. And preparation for it actually started last year when we worked with our existing clients to migrate them from the old landing pages to the new landing page style, which is definitely needed for this new version. So as soon as that proactive effort was completed, our developers started working their behind the scenes magic and did some major changes to our Simple Survey object, the package, and included a lot of backend code optimization. So everything that you see today was only possible because of those changes and the hard work from the product and the R&D teams here at Vicasso. And not only that, these changes actually open room to so many more improvements that we are already working on. So stay tuned, look at the roadmap. There is a lot more coming soon to Simple Survey. So in the old builder, if you are familiar, we only offered 4 rating scales to begin with. So we had NPS, CSAT, thumbs up and down, and then a questionnaire. And these survey rating types could not be used as additional questions on the landing page, which has been a pain point for our users when they have to leverage pick lists in order to mimic a rating style question, for example. So the whole survey building experience was already very intuitive, but we wanted to elevate it. So in addition to all of the new rating types, the order of the steps to create a survey was rearranged to be very similar to the experience of actually responding to a survey. This just makes everything easier for everyone involved in the process of creating, testing, and then deploying all of the survey programs to the real world. And as you can see here, there's a lot more that we're going to cover. So enough of talking now. We are very excited to show what the new builder experience looks like. So let's jump to our demo org.
Yes, absolutely. So within the new Simple Survey Builder, you'll already start seeing the changes. There's 8 survey types to choose from as your initial question. And to point out the newer survey types, we have customer effort score, which was added to measure the ease of experience. We have Likert scale, which is used in a variety of different ways to capture customer feedback. Then we also have the medical pain and Wong-Baker scale to measure pain and severity. I do want to make one note that Wong-Baker is an official trademark and will require you to have a license from Wong-Baker. So if that's something you already have, definitely let us know. We can activate this scale for you. So it's 84 degrees in South Jersey. So for this demo, we're going to transform into magnificent flowers, and we're going to be a Southern California flower shop, and we're anxious to start getting customer feedback. I'll be playing the role of Salesforce admin, and then Thais will be our trusty CEO and our key stakeholder. So we've already been working together on increasing customer feedback, and we've started to build our support survey. So let me show you what's available. So we go into our existing support survey and proceed, and you'll be taken to the first tab. So once I select this survey, I'll be brought to the Configure Survey Object tab in the builder. If you're already familiar with Simple Survey, this tab hasn't changed at all. So I'll still configure the survey object that we wish to survey from, and then select fields that we display within the survey record that gets created when these surveys are responded to. So when I navigate to the second tab, this is really where the fun begins. So at first glance, you can see some of the enhancements we've already made within the live previewer to the right. And I can also navigate between the questions in the survey, as well as use the dropdown to navigate between our existing questions.
Yeah, and I love that you worked with our marketing team and customized the landing page to have Magnificent Flowers brand colors. I see that you added our logo and also a floral theme for the background. It looks amazing.
Yes, this theme is super customizable. So I can also update the initial question. So right here, if I want to remove please respond or add in please respond, you can see that that's updating in real time to the right. And then I can also click, like I mentioned, in the drop down here and the different questions here.
Perfect. And is there a way that I can see how our survey would look like to people who are responding on mobile devices?
Yes, absolutely. So we can toggle between the desktop and mobile views here and see how that would look to our customers. So I can toggle between the mobile and still have that live preview or update with the questions.
Great.
Awesome. So you may notice that we also brought in this initial question right to the beginning of the new survey builder. So like Thais mentioned, this is really to mirror that experience that respondents will have when taking a survey. I can also change the rating scale here. So if I want to change this to a 7, 3, bring it down, I can change the scale style and the difficulty as well. So you can see, I can change the scale labels here. And with these Likert style questions, you can see there's a ton of options, ton of different questions and labels. So we've really taken out that manual process of creating custom pick lists for any of our rating style questions.
Yeah, I love that. And Megan, like I said before, one of the pain points that we've always heard of is the inability to add multiple rating scales as additional questions that we're going to ask on the landing page on the same survey. So how are we solving for that now?
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that businesses want that flexibility to ask multiple types of questions without having to send multiple surveys out. So as Magnificent Flowers, we're looking to capture all kinds of feedback. So from NPS all the way to thumbs up, thumbs down. And now we can. So when adding a question to the survey, I'll be prompted with all of the new survey scales to further customize the survey experience. So new question. For Magnificent Flowers, we really care about customer satisfaction. So I'm going to add a customer satisfaction score. I'm going to add in my question, my unique label, and then I can choose the rating scale. So maybe a 3 or 5 point scale. And you can see that that preview is updating down below. 5 point, I can choose between icons, numbers, buttons. And then bonus for an icon, I can also choose a custom image as well. But for this example, we're going to stick with our rock stars.
Great, I love those. And I really want to make sure that we are asking the right questions to the right people. So I'm guessing that we can still use skip logic, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So Simple Survey still has the ability for skip logic, and this is where we can tailor the questions that get shown based on a respondent's previous answer. And Thais, I'm sure you're going to love this one. So we've added a new feature, and that's the ability to capture NA or not applicable responses and let respondents opt out of a question. So I don't know about you, Thais, but if a survey isn't about my personal experience, it's really easy to just click out of that survey. And that leaves businesses like us with partial or no responses. So allowing respondents to opt out really helps with that survey abandonment. So I'm going to turn this on. I can use my own custom text, not relevant, and create. And then you can see that NA button is going to update in the live previewer as well.
Yeah, I love that. I'm actually all about getting better and more meaningful survey results. So this is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of questions, I can add existing questions into my survey and rearrange the order here. So Simple Survey allows for questions to be reused in multiple surveys, which saves a ton of time. So to add an existing question, I'm going to go up here in the search bar and I'm going to add, what's your name? That's going to add to the bottom of the included questions, but maybe I want to move that further up. I can use the drag and drop up here. And then you can see that our live previewer is going to update where I move that question as well as the drop down. And then very simply, if I want to remove this question, I just click the X to the left.
But does that delete the question from Salesforce entirely?
No, so this will not delete the question fully. If you change your mind, you can add this back in using the search bar.
Oh, okay, that's easy. Okay, so now let's move on to the next tab of the builder. So as of today, after users complete answering all of the questions on the landing page, they are brought to a default and predefined thank you page that cannot really be customized. All that you could do is redirect respondents to a specific website after that page was displayed. But in this new version, we are actually allowing for the thank you pages to be fully customized with rich text features such as font styles, different sizes, and as you can see here, images can be added too.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Magnificent Flowers, we're used to redirecting at the end of a survey to our website. Is that something that we can still do?
Yeah, definitely. So we make it very easy for you to bypass thank you pages. You would just need to toggle that bypass setting and specify that web page that you would like for the users to be automatically redirected to.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. And what if we wanted to take it a step further? So, Thais, if Magnificent Flowers, we get a really high score on a survey and we want to prompt that respondent to fill out a Google review about us.
Yeah, so that's easy now. We actually allow you to define what are called conditional redirects. So you would create a conditional redirect based on specific criteria. So you can use initial survey scores, you can use answers to survey questions, or even values from key fields and related Salesforce objects. So let's say an account name, for example. And once all of that is defined, you can redirect custom thank you pages, automatically redirect to straight to different websites, or you can do both actually. So for this one, let's click on the gear icon and let's see what we did here. So we can give it a name. We add the initial score to be greater than or equals to 5, and then we just make sure that the logic makes sense. So after saving that, we just define that website pointing to the Google review page and select the 5 seconds as the amount of time for that redirect to happen. And then the other scenario that we defined here is if someone gives Magnificent Flowers a low score, for example, we want to redirect them to a thank you page with a 20% discount code to see if they're willing to give us a second chance.
Yeah, and I hope they do, Thais. Our flowers are great.
They're magnificent, Megan.
Absolutely. So the last step in our builder is how do we get this survey out to our customers? So we've introduced 2 new URLs, the live URL and the test URL. The live URL is populated and can be used really anywhere that you want it to be. So we can put this in our emails, text messages, chat, or our website. Survey records will be created and recorded when you use this live URL. The test URL is a great feature to send out to stakeholders before going live. So I can pre-populate the fields for testing. For example, I can send this out to our CEO, Thais, to fill out. And surveys taken through this link are going to be marked as test data and can be easily excluded from reports and metrics, which makes testing super, super easy.
Ah, okay. So now I see how you generated that test link for me. Super easy indeed.
Exactly.
And if you plan on sending surveys via email, which is usually triggered by local automation such as flows for whenever key interactions happen in your org, like this one, we have a support survey for whenever cases are closed, you will need to generate an email template. So you start off by defining the name of the template, you can give it a description, and then proceed with the branding of the template. And we are very smart. So the logo and the color that you defined when customizing the landing page is brought here for you. But you can definitely adjust those if you wanted to do that.
Yeah. And Thais, I love how this email template is right in the builder. But as an admin, I don't write up a ton of email templates. So what if I need a little bit of inspiration on what to put in this email?
So don't worry, we got you. So we're actually starting you off with default subject, a default greeting, and also a closing text. And then you can just edit that based on your business needs. And again, we brought you that live preview experience so you can view all of the real-time changes as you're making them here to see if everything looks good. And then we added 2 new features to show that we have to show you here on the page, and they are around managing the email templates better for our users. So we now show you when the last email template was created at the top right of the tab, and that is actually a clickable link. So you're directed straight to that template in Salesforce. And we are now also making email templates versioning a lot easier. So instead of having to manually rename the template every time, we are now appending the date and a version number at the end of the template name whenever a new one is created.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's really that simple. So now it is your time to try. So Howard will be dropping a link in the chat now. We're also going to show a QR code on the screen. So if you want to respond via mobile device, you just click that link and a new tab will open for you to take the survey. So remember to fill in a name and email for your chance to win a Vicasso Mophie power bank. So while you're taking some time to fill that out, we would grab some questions from the chat.
All right, we do have some questions from the chat, so let's start where we start. The first question was around, can we do privacy links on the survey landing page, like a disclaimer?
Yes, you can definitely do that. So that is actually something that you define in the setup wizard for Simple Survey, and that's automatically going to be reflected on the landing page.
Great. And the next question is, what about sending surveys in mass based on a specific list of contacts?
Yes, you can also do that. So you can leverage whatever Salesforce offers you today. We actually have a knowledge article for that we can definitely share in our community later, our group actually in the Trailblazer community. But that is definitely something that you can do, and we have instructions for you.
Awesome. And another question that one of our clients sent in before the live stream, which is, what is needed after the update to make sure that the new builder experience is available to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can take this one. So if you're an existing client and you go to download the new Simple Survey, we actually run a post install script, which is going to mirror all of those configurations. So there's nothing that you need to do in order to get these new features. Just download the new version. So that's definitely, we make it super simple to make sure we carry over that experience into your existing version.
Yeah. Do we have any other questions, Howard?
There's one more. Hang on a second. Let me just jump over and see if I can see that. Yes, this was also on my list of a question to ask in advance, which was, I'm not sure if I'm running the latest landing page styles. What do I do? This would be involved if you worked with us. Is that correct?
Yes. So last year we did that proactive effort. We wanted all of our clients to be running the latest version of Simple Survey and the landing page. So if you're not sure, we ask that you please open up a case with us. We are going to help you figure that out because that is the best way, I think, with a little help from us, but we can definitely see where you are at before updating. So if you're not sure, better off opening that case, because if you do update with the old style of the landing pages, you might break your surveys, and we definitely don't want that to happen.
And then one more question that came in from, will adding the new version impact any surveys in place?
No, I mean, they will stay there only if you wanted to edit them, like the initial question, like Megan said, or additional questions. You would need to see if with the initial question, you would just need to generate a new survey program, and then the additional questions, you can definitely edit them there. But all of your existing surveys should be untouched and still work if you're running the new landing page style.
And one more question, and this is a great question, my favorite one. Is this available for download already?
Yeah, so I can answer that one. So not yet. We will be going live with these new features at the end of the month, date to be determined. So we highly encourage you to join our Trailblazer group and stay up to date. We'll be sending, emails out around it. So not available yet, but definitely end of month, you'll be able to see all of this if you're an existing client.
Yeah. And if we don't have any more questions, I'm actually curious to see what people are thinking about the new landing page. If you want to drop that in the chat, we're curious. I mean, we worked so hard on this and we love it.
There is one more question while people are still filling out those surveys to win a Mophie power bank, which can be found at vicas.so/survey APR23, or you scan the QR code. The question is, I'm a current user and had a question about how record types are linked to email templates.
That is a good question. I feel like I would need more information on that. Is there anything specific that you are trying to do? Because when a survey program is created, that gets automatically linked to that record type for that specific survey, because everything is created as soon as you hit that create button on the survey builder. And then everything gets linked straight to that record type, including the email template, which is the last step of the builder. So everything should be working for you just fine. I mean, if you're sending that email template, you're going to get all of the survey results linked to that correct record type. I hope that helps.
I think that helps. It's fair to say that there is a record type ID built into that survey link for the email template. So that would be the way that they are linked.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I believe that is all the questions that we have seen in the chat at this point. So I'm going to go back and pretend like I'm not speaking.
Thank you, Howard.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your questions. If you have any more that come up, definitely throw them in the chat. So we're going to finish with our final feature. So Thais, I know we've seen a lot of great features, but today this one may be my favorite.
Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite too. So actually, as the CEO of Magnificent Flowers, I decided to expand our business to other regions. And we are actually starting things off with Brazil. So I wanted to make sure that we have a survey in their native language, which is Portuguese, so that we can capture more accurate data from them. And so now we're going to show you how we made the translation process a lot easier in this version of Simple Survey. So as you can see here, I'm in the setup wizard and there is a new translations tab. And this is where you can download a CSV file with everything that can be translated for your survey. So all of your questions, all of the labels, and the buttons that are going to be shown on the landing page.
Yeah, and Thais, when we go global and we have so many languages we need to translate into, how would I get the languages we want to translate into within this tab?
So you would just enable them in Translation Workbench, and then we're going to show them here on the page for you. So just as you see English and Portuguese, all of the languages are going to be here. And that is actually the only time you would ever need to do something in Salesforce setup. Everything else in regards to translation is now straight from Simple Survey. So in order to start translating the surveys, all you need to do is download that CSV file that we provide by clicking this download button. So I'm just going to download the one here for Portuguese. So you see here that I have it downloaded. So we at Magnificent Flowers are actually going to be working with a dedicated translator who has no access to Salesforce at all. So this process of just sending them the file makes it so much easier. So as soon as they receive the file, they do all of the translations that are ready. Then they send that back to me, and all I have to do is import it back here. So for the sake of this demo, we already have a CSV file translated, and we're going to show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to open it up here. So we have a few columns, but the most important ones are the survey custom label and name. And these are all of the questions on your existing surveys, along with all of the labels on the landing page right below that. The label column is where you will see all of the original text. So everything that needs to be translated is shown in this label column. And then the last column on the file is the translation. And this is where your translator or that person working with you would translate everything. So I'm just going to finish this one up. I'm just hoping that my text expander works. It did. So now that we have all of the translations done here, I'm going to go back to the translations tab in the setup wizard, and I'm going to upload that file here so that we can do our magic.
Yeah, I think this is great. And it looks like you just made a ton of changes at one time to our survey. So how would I go about checking those changes?
Yeah, that was a lot, so I'm glad you asked. So we are also giving you the option to generate a test URL to see if everything on the landing page is translated correctly. So all you need to do is for the language that you are working with, you just open it up, then you select the survey that you want to look at the landing page. And here is the link for you. So you can just copy this link and send it to the stakeholder that's going to be approving all of those translations, or you can just easily open the landing page from here. And yes, this is really Portuguese. If there are any Portuguese speakers in the audience who can confirm, everything is translated. So I'm just going to pretend that I'm taking that survey in another language. So it's very, very easy. And then you can see that even the buttons, everything translated in the new language.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, to finish off, we've covered a lot today. So some final thoughts. We want your feedback. So some of these features are made possible by great ideas, not just from our team, but also from our clients. So set up a meeting, talk to the product managers about your great idea. We also encourage everyone to join the Service Experience Suite group on the Trailblazer community. This way you can keep up to date on live streams, latest information, recent updates, really all things Vicasso, the date of when we go live. So you definitely don't want to miss that. The winner of the Mophie Power Bank will be reaching out via email, but we'll also be posting in our Trailblazer group, first name only for security reasons.
Yeah. And it's the end of the month, you install the new version, you have some questions or you're running into any issues, just open a case with us. This is our team. We love working with our clients. So you can do that by visiting our community. You can chat with us on any page on our website. If you send us an email, we're automatically creating a case for you. But if phone is still your thing, you can also give us a call.
Absolutely. And when you do download Simple Survey and you love it as much as we do, we want your thoughts. So if you can leave us an App Exchange review, it would mean a lot to us at Vicasso.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we take any new questions that may have come up, I just wanted to do a quick shout out. We work with amazing people here at Vicasso, and this has been a huge lift. So Christina, our lead UX, has completely redesigned this builder, as well as Bill Ezekiel, who spent over a year leading all of the changes on the development side. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate you. And thank you, Howard, for coordinating everything for the live stream too.
You got it. The voice of the roadmap is here.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, did any questions come in from the chat?
People are wondering when they win.
Ooh, that
And I'm
is
letting them know they should go to the Trailblazer community group and be part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to analyze all of the survey results that came in, and then maybe around a week we should have results posted. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else? Did anyone say if they liked the landing page?
We have so many comments, things like everything looks really awesome and nice, and people are excited about this. I'm excited about this. So,
Oh, me too.
yeah, so good
absolutely.
comments.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, that brings us to the end, guys. Thank you everyone in the chat for hanging out with us. Make sure to keep an eye out for the new Simple Survey features dropping at the end of April. You definitely don't want to miss out on getting these.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.